This video is about the maintenance panel. Within the panel, we have the resources menu. The resources are everything we can edit to the system's printer, which means, we can edit how the tickets are printed out. This is a list of all the printing information. Here we can choose the ticket's logo. We can also edit the close cache preview, we can change the script and we can remove and add fields as we wish to. We can change all these aspects, we can edit and customize the printer.tickets. The printer.ticket P1 is the one sent to the kitchen through printer 1, and the same logic is applied to the rest. The printer.ticket bold appears if our client has enabled the bold option. Close is when we close the ticket. The preview is the print receipt that shows up on screen. The printer.ticket is the receipt we print out. Apart from the resources, in the maintenance panel, we have the roles which will be assigned to the users. Within the user menu, we create the users, we name them, for example, user 1. We can choose a password or a user ID, for example, 154. In the role field, we select the user's role. We can create these roles in the system. For now, we have the administrator, employee, guest and manager roles. We can choose an image for the user. Specify the discount percentage if they are allowed to give one, for example, 20%. Click on Save. We will get a prompt if we haven't picked a role. Pick one and then save. We have created user 1. When we go into maintenance and then roles. If we select a role from the list, we will get all the system's menus in order to enable and disable what each role has access to. That means that each button we have in the system is listed, so if we want to remove the menu sales here, we uncheck the sales, and the sales will no longer appear to the employee role. All the users that are within this role will no longer have this sales button. Same goes for all the buttons in the system. They are all listed and can be enabled or disabled for each role. The roles are unlimited, we can create as many as we want to, and the same goes to the users. In the maintenance panel, we have the taxes menus. We have the tax categories where we can create more than one category for the taxes. The system has 3 default categories which are the tax exempt, other and standard. Go back to maintenance. The tax categories customer is where you can assign the taxes to your customers, so that when we select the customer, we can know what they have as taxes. When we go into taxes, we can specify the rate of each tax, and if we have a parent tax that has other taxes attached to it, we can specify the parent tax and the cascading taxes that follow. Go back to maintenance and then into locations. These locations are made for the stock. For example, the client has places where they put their stock, and places where they sell them. When they are registering the stock, they can choose from these locations. When they are in the sales departments, they can choose the location they are in. In order to do that, you have to go into the configuration menu, then into general, and this is where they specify their location. So this is the location where we are using the stock. Back in the maintenance panel, there's the floors menu. Within the restaurant mode, you can create your floors and your tables. Click on floors. This is where you configure the restaurant's floor. Since they will only appear in the restaurant system, go into configurations, then into general, and change the tickets field to restaurant, save and restart Hamster POS so that the floors would appear in our system. It will open on floor map, and we can see the floors we created such as bar, delivery and restaurant. If we want to create tables, we go into maintenance, then into tables. To create a table, give it a name such as table 100, select the floor it should be on like the bar, choose the number of seats, add the button width and its height, for example, 200 for both, and its position within the screen, also adding 200 for both. Click on Save. We could keep the tables at a default 50 to 70, or we can make them 200 to 200. We are now going to restart Hamster POS, and table 100 should show up in the bar floor. This is table 100. In order to change the table's position, click on CMD on the top right, then enable layout, drag the table where you wish to, then click on Save and disable the layout button. Now the table is here. It appears this big because we chose 200 for its width and height. The client usually specifies how big they want the buttons to be. Back in the maintenance panel, we have the vouchers. We usually give out vouchers for the customers. Go into the menu to create them. Specify the amount, for example, $300. We look for customer that we want to give the voucher to, in this case it is David. Click on Save. This voucher is registered to David. Whenever the customer is making an order from the shop, they can pay from the $300 of this voucher. The voucher is only used once, which means, if the customer pays through the voucher a sum of $150, the whole $300 voucher is used up. Now, go into the Cancel Reasons menu. Every void and every cancelled order or item needs to have a reason registered in the system. The owner can write down the reason, but we can also have pre-arranged reasons for them to select from, such as, they changed their mind, or error. Go into Drawer Reasons. This follows the same logic. There needs to be reasons to the opening of the drawer if there isn't a ticket. We can configure multiple reasons so that it becomes easier to select the reason why the drawer has been opened. We also have the Kitchen Notes menu. These are the notes sent to the kitchen. We can either write them down in the order, or we can configure them to be selected by the employee when needed. This note is applied to the whole ticket, for example, beware of allergies. It is sent to the kitchen with the ticket. Here's how you do it. You select the table, go into the Sales menu, choose your items. Besides the notes, you can add attributes, and then you click on Notes. The notes can be sent to all the printers, so the warning concerning allergies should reach everyone, and it will be sent with this table's order. Then we go into Happy Hour. You name the event first, for example, Happy Hour. You specify the date range, from the start to the end date, in which they get the discount. Specify the days of the week where it applies. Select the hours that are considered as part of the Happy Hour. This is where we specify the discount percentage. We can make it on all items or on selected items. Click on Save. You should restart the system in order to specify which items are discounted. In the Maintenance panel, go into Happy Hour, and select it from the left. Start selecting the items. You can choose a category to add. Enable category, select which one and click on plus. We have just added the appetizers. We can also select each item alone. Click on Save. Whenever a customer orders an appetizer within this time frame, they will get a 50% discount. Now, go into Price Changer. This is where you can change the price of all the shop's items. We can either increase or decrease the prices. We can change the buy price, or the sell price, or both. Select the items you want, add 50 as the percentage of increase on the prices, and move them to the right. As we can see, the prices are increased by 50%. Click on Save if you want to amend the prices in the system. The prices have officially changed. Back in the Maintenance panel, we have the reports concerning the users. It will show us the users and their information when you click on Run Report, each user with their name, picture if it is registered, and their role. Afterwards, we have the sales by user. Every time each user logs into Hamster POS and makes sales while using it, the sales will be registered in their name. This is where we can run the sales by user report according to the time frame needed. You can choose a specific user. The report will show the tickets sold with the name of the user who sold them. When you go into No Sales by User, you can see the items that were selected in an order, but weren't sold. The voids by user take note of the things cancelled by the user. For example, if the user went in, selected items and then deleted them, it will register in the system. The vouchers report will show you all the vouchers used within the system by the user. If you go into User-wise Payment, and run a report from a selected start and end date, you will get everything that went in and out of the system, with the user and type of payment.